Hello and welcome to the Sundial in Perranporth in Cornwall. I'm Anna and I felt really honoured when I was asked by Lucy to offer this year's yoga session for the movement and the mind. So before we start, I just encourage you to grab a few things. One will be a strap or a belt or a scarf would do. The other one is a block or a few thick books. I quite like to prop myself up on a block when I'm sitting in a cross-legged position, for example. The other thing would be a rolled up blanket or a pillow will probably work just as well for you. Right, so the theme for today's yoga session is slow and release. As I thought we could all do with a bit of slowing down, given our busy lives, and with releasing some of that tension, that tightness we often store in our bodies. So I invite you to surrender to the challenge of slowing down throughout this session. So a few points to keep everyone safe. Number one, listen to your body. Especially if you're new to yoga, it's really important that you're comfortable throughout. You might encounter some tightness in your body, and that might feel intense when it gets released, but it should not be painful at any point. So if you encounter discomfort, just ease off and take a break whenever you need to. Number two, breathe. So breath is so central to yoga. And I invite you to pay special attention to your breath throughout this practice. Your body, and especially your back, loves to move on an exhalation. But I'll give you plenty of cues for that to be remembered throughout the session. And third, and most importantly, enjoy. So we're going to start in a seated position. Oh, sorry, the one thing I didn't say you might want to also grab would be a chair. So if you feel you might have trouble getting up and down from the floor, down to the floor and up from the floor, you know what I mean, you might want to grab a chair just to help you along. And also if you feel you're uncomfortable seated like this, even with a block or sitting up on some books, you can choose to use a chair, no problem at all. If you're using a chair, just set yourself towards the edge of the chair so your feet are firmly grounded and your ankles underneath your knees. We're all going to sit with a nice tall spine, so find that length in your spine. Roll your shoulders a couple of times and relax, then back and down. You can keep your eyes open and just gaze on the floor in front of you, find a soft focus, or you might want to close your eyes at this point. We're just going to check in, so start to notice your breath without changing it. Just notice what's there right now. And then deepen your breath. Allow your tummy to move forward as you breathe in, and the sides of your ribcage to expand, the top of your lungs to fill with air. And then slowly release on an exhale, allowing your tummy to come back towards the spine at the very end of your exhalation. Couple more of these deep, long breaths. And then notice how your body feels right now. Notice any tension, any discomfort, but also appreciate and notice those areas in your body that are already feeling quite comfortable and at ease. And then check in with the rest of you. Notice what kind of emotions might be present today, what kind of thoughts. Then allow yourself to let go. The next half an hour, allow yourself to let go of work, let go of the things on your to-do list. With every exhale, let go of whatever you will need for the rest of this practice. Beautiful. We're going to start with our releasing. So we're going to reach up with one hand, and the other hand can either just hang down along your body, or you can place it on the floor just with your fingertips, depending on how long your torso is. So reach one hand up towards the sky. Deep inhale here. Your body's in a nice straight line. On the exhale, we're going to reach across. So gentle stretch across your side body here. You don't need to go very far. We're just opening up that shoulder and back area. And then back to center and release. Other side, reach up high. Nice straight line. Exhale, reach across. Inhale, back to center and release. Interlace your hands in front of you. We're going to reach away with the hands on the exhale to create a nice stretch between our shoulder blades. You might want to bring your chin onto your chest here. Create a little gentle upper body stretch here. On the inhale, we're going to open the arms wide in a cactus arm position. And one more time. Exhale, reach forward, really round that back. And inhale, open up. And release your hands back down. Lovely. First, gentle twist coming up. So again, we're going to start off with the spine as tall as we can possibly sit. And on the exhale, you're going to reach your right hand towards your left knee. And again, you don't need to go very far, but you can bring the other hand behind you if that feels good. And next exhale, we're going to come back to center. Lovely. Other side when you're ready. Inhale nice and tall. And exhale, gently turn. Beautiful. And back to center from here. We're going to come onto all fours, so take your time. Just move slowly and steadily. Beautiful. When we're in all fours in a tabletop position, we want our hands widely spread underneath our shoulders. The knees underneath our hips. And we have the nice straight back with our neck being an extension of our spine. Lovely. We're going to move through what's called cat-cow pose in yoga. So on the inhale, we're going to look forward, look up, and allow the tummy to drop towards the floor. On the exhale, we're going to round our back like an angry cat. Bring the navel in towards the spine. And one more time. Inhale, look forward. And exhale, round. And back to center. We're going to go for the opposite reach next. So we're going to start with the legs. So extend your right leg behind you. So think about an active foot here. So reaching through your heel with the toe pulling towards you. And this might be enough. If you feel you want to challenge your balance, you can straighten your left arm in front of you too. Take a deep breath into the sides of your rib cage. And on the exhale, see if you can reach away a little bit more with your heel and with your hand, creating a lovely stretch, some space between your vertebrae. And inhale again into the sides, and exhale, reach again. One last time, inhale, and exhale, reach. Beautiful. Bring your hand down, your knee down, and pause for a second. Notice how that feels. Other side. Send the left leg behind you, right hand comes out to the front. And again, reaching through the heel, going to inhale onto the sides of the body and exhale, reach long. Inhale sides and exhale, reach long. Last one. Exhale, reach long. Beautiful. So I know we offered this session as a beginner-friendly yoga session. So might be a few of you as well who are very familiar with yoga. And I'm going to give you a few options throughout the practice. So at this stage, if you're loving a down dog and stretching the legs that way, please go for it. I'm just going to talk you through stretching, finding a good hamstring stretch from here. That's very accessible. So again, we're starting from the tabletop position. We're going to bring the right leg back and tug your toes under. So the toes on the floor and the heel is reaching towards the ceiling. And just see if by leaning backwards ever so slightly, you get a really lovely connection to that hamstring, a nice release here. Breathe into it, notice any tension, any tightness. Try and keep your tummy active, so you're still having your core engaged. By pulling your navel in towards the spine gently. Still breathing gently. And release. Bring your knees back down, other side. Left leg comes back. And again, reaching back slightly. Or leaning back, better said. And again, notice any difference between left and right. Often one side is tighter than the other. Brilliant, and release. You're welcome to move through a few sun salutations. Again, if you're familiar with yoga, but we're just going to slowly come up to standing. So again, use the chair if you need to. If you feel you're happy to have your head a bit lower than your hips, follow me. So we're going to just bend the knees, lift the hips up towards the ceiling, and then walk the feet up towards the hands, keeping the knees nicely bent, and then slowly roll up to standing from here. Excellent. So you find yourself in mountain pose, which is one of the central poses in yoga, the standing pose. And we're going to start with our feet. Just lift your toes up, spread them nice and widely, and just try and have your feet parallel rather than them pointing out or inwards. Find some engagement in your legs. And in terms of pelvis, you want a neutral pelvis. So not having too much arch of your back, but also not completely eliminating that arch there, if that ever would be possible. But yeah, just a neutral spine somewhere in the middle. Your shoulders, you're going to roll them back and down. And again, that helps with the openness of the chest and the open heart here. Brilliant. So again, find that rooting through your feet, find that connection. Brilliant. Some people practice the mountain pose with the legs together, some apart, and whatever works for you. Listening. So for the next few poses, which are going to focus on our shoulders, you might actually want to bring them together if your balance allows that. So grab your strap or your belt, whatever you got handy, and we're going to bring the left hand in front. We're going to go for an eagle arm stretch. So your left hand holds the strap, your feet are together, if that works for you. You're going to bend your elbow at a 90-degree angle just in front of you. The other hand's going to reach underneath your left and it's going to grab hold of the strap. So there is one option. If you've got really flexible shoulders and arms, you might want to let go of the strap and just kind of bring your arms past each other and then connect them this way. So might feel a bit tangled up, but that's the idea. So you got your feet together, and we're going to also engage our thighs. So just slowly allow your knees to bend. And again, you're in charge here, how high, how much of a engagement of a knee bend you want here. But this pose is beautiful to, again, release that area between our shoulder blades. So getting that yummy stretch, I'll show you in the back, between the shoulder blades here. You might want to lift your shoulders, so lift your elbows up and down gently. To slightly change the stretch you're feeling here. And then slowly release your arms. Let's give your legs a little shake. Well done. Other side. Again, starting off from the same point. Right hand holds the strap. Left arm wraps underneath. Grab hold of the strap. Bend your knees. As much or as little as you like. And breathe. And use that breath to help with the release of the tension between your shoulder blades here. And one more time, shake it out. Again, One more stretch you're pretty familiar with for the shoulders, which is a really good one to do regularly to help us maintain our important range of movement in our shoulders. So this time we're going back to holding the strap in the left arm. Going to drop the strap behind us, and I'm sure all of you would have done this at some point. Grab hold of the strap, and you're going to bend your knees here as much as you need to. And again, just crawl up on that strap as much as you need to. Steady breath throughout. You're doing great. And when you're ready, slowly release again. Beautiful. Shake it out, and other side. Strap comes into the right hand. Reach up high. Reaching, and then bending the knees. Breathe slowly and steadily. Are you noticing any difference between your left and right shoulder? Most of us do have. One slightly tied to side than the other. And then slowly release from here. Lovely. Let go of the strap. We're going to come back down onto the floor from here. So again, you're in charge. Might be another opportunity for another sun salute, or using the chair. I'm going to bring you back down as we came up. So again, starting from a wide-legged or hip-width apart mountain pose. Bend the knees again as much as you need to for your hands to reach the floor, and then slowly walk back into this kind of down dog position. We're going to drop the knees down, and we're back in our tabletop position. From here, we're going to bring the right foot between our hands. So you might want to come onto your fingertips here, find some space for that foot to come forward, and then shuffle it forward until your ankle is either underneath or in front of your right knee. You might want to double up your mat underneath your other foot, or you can use a blanket or something padded underneath the knee for some extra padding to protect your knee here. Just use your hands if you like to come up onto that right knee. And we're starting to create this beautiful release here at the front of the left hip. This should feel really good. Again, steady breath, really using the power of your breath here to find some release, some ease. Reach your hands up. If that feels good for you. Keep breathing slowly and steadily. And then slowly bring your hands back down, and then frame your foot again with your hands. You might want to stay here, or you might want to experiment with bringing your right hand onto your right knee. So that's already creating a little twist here. Or if you want to go for a bit more movement, if you're feeling really comfortable here, just raise your right hand towards the ceiling. You might even want to gaze towards your hand here. It's a lovely, yummy stretch and opening for the chest and the hips, and then slowly release that hand back down. Beautiful. Step back onto all fours. Move the blanket out of the way if you're using one. You're moving through one more cat-cow. You already know that one. So inhale, look up, and exhale, round. Beautiful. Back to neutral. And we're going to try the other side. So bring your left foot forward between your hands. You're going to come onto the knee. And again, you can shuffle your foot forward, just making sure your ankle isn't closer to you than your knee is. Just protect your knee joint. And really find the right amount of yummy release in your right hip here. Breathe slowly and steadily. Inhale, bring your hands up. That felt good. And then slowly back down on the next exhale. And on the next exhale again, frame your foot. The left hand might come up onto the knee, or you might want to reach up again, open up. Steady breath. Beautiful. And then release. Bring that foot back. And we're going to sit back onto our heels here. So a couple of options for you. You can either sit back on your knees like that. You can, if you want to go for a very intense foot toe stretch, sit back with your toes tucked under. Or you might want to roll up that blanket and bring it between your lower and upper legs at your knee level, just to give you a bit of extra space in your knee joints. So whatever you choose, find that open chest by rolling your shoulders back again. Tall spine. And then just release your left hand towards the mat, and allow your head to drop over towards the right side. You can just relax your other hand down as well, or you might want to reach behind you and grab hold of your left forearm here. This is one of my favorite shoulder neck releases. That's the neck and shoulder area, certainly where I tend to store a busy life, a busy day. And allow your breath to do the hard work here. Every exhalation, let go of some of that tension, that stored energy. You don't need any more. We are here for 2 more long breaths in and out. Exhaling long and steadily. And again, inhaling deeply and exhaling. Beautiful. Release, come back to center, and change over sides. So allow your head to drop over towards the left. Reach away with your right hand. Left hand comes behind you, and reach for your right forearm. Keep on releasing breath. Slow and steady. Inhaling through your nose. And slowly exhaling. And then slowly, carefully release the hand. Bring your head back to the midline, and then bring your chin onto your chest and just draw a few half circles. So with your right shoulder, back to center, over to the left. And one more time. Over towards the right. And over towards the left. Beautiful. This is a really powerful one to do regularly whenever you have a spare minute or two. So we're going to come onto our back, and again, take your time. Moving down slowly, gradually. And again, just check in with how your back is feeling in this position. Plant your feet on the floor, about a 90-degree angle at your knee level. Your arms along your body. Take a few deep breaths in and out. Beautiful. Gonna do another beautiful hip opener here, which is called the figure 4. So you're going to start by bringing your right ankle in front of your left knee. That should create kind of a triangle in front of you. If you're thinking you might not be able to reach behind your left thigh with your hands, use a strap to help you. So you can just bring the strap around your left upper thigh here, and then bring the right ankle in front of your left knee. And then when you're ready, just kind of lift the left foot away from the floor. Again, either holding onto the strap or holding on to your, interlacing your hands behind your thigh here. So that should create a lovely, beautiful release in your right buttock. Again, if it doesn't feel good, just slowly ease off. If you can stay with it, just explore where exactly you can feel this stretch, this release happening. And again, direct a few more lovely slow breath into this area. A couple more. Make them as long as you possibly can. This is really good stuff. Again, hips another area where we often store emotions, especially when life gets busy and challenging. And then slowly release the leg down, release that foot, and just pause for a second, take count. Does that right hip feel any different to the left? Might not be the case, and that's absolutely fine too. Other side, so bring the left ankle in front of your right knee here. With or without the strap, just bring that right foot away from the floor. Relax your head back down onto the mat. And breathe. And perhaps even check in how it feels, if it feels different, if you keep the left foot active. So putting the toes towards the knee or pointing that knee, so pointing the foot. One more, really long deep breath in and out here. And then again, release the leg down, release the foot. Bring both your knees into your chest so that feels good, and perhaps just rock from side to side. Paint a little circle with your knees here. Brilliant. We're going to come into a final, most important pose, Shavasana, which is the resting pose. So bring your arms along your body with the palms facing up towards the ceiling. Extend one leg and then the other out away from your body. Again, if this doesn't feel good for your back, you can keep your knees bent as well. So just find that space again in your shoulders and your upper body. You might want to reach your arms down and away from you again to create a bit more space around your neck area. Now to close your eyes if that feels comfortable for you. And just notice how your body feels right now. Does it feel any different compared to when we started today? How challenging was it to slow down? Any thoughts coming up again? And if they are, just allow them to disappear again, just for a few more breaths here. And instead connect to that place within you where you're always feeling calm and free. I want to think of the word calm as you breathe in, and free as you exhale. And allow your breath to be natural now. Not making any effort to change it, just allow it to flow. So it does so beautifully. 24 hours a day, steady breath. Here for a couple more breaths. And then slowly start to move your fingers and your toes. Start to circle your wrists and your ankles, and then slowly roll onto whichever side feels right for you today. Take another deep breath here. And then slowly come up to sitting. Back to where we started. Well, thank you very much for joining me today. It was a pleasure to have you. And I really hope, and I'm sure you enjoyed this year's movement in the mind as much as I did. Hope today's another beautiful sunny day as it is today in Perranporth. And wish you all the best. Take care. Bye for now.